Adrian. Let's wait for Sharlem to join. Vai, ok. Chiudo come è andato? Cazzato? Sei cazzato te? O ci hai fatto il callo? Bravo, ecco, così è la metà giusta. Domani. A domani. Adrian, I think Sholem won't be joining us, so I'm just gonna start the session. Okay, Adrian?
Yeah, cool.
Okay. So, 1 second. Let us. Before. Just 1 second. Okay, so today we are starting a new unit, which is managing information systems. So we need to understand what are going to be our learning outcomes, so what we're trying to achieve by doing so, by tackling this unit. So our indicative content, we're going to look into different types of information, routine, exception, and summary. We will look into the features of information system, common features information system, how to support information system, common features computer systems, and then the systems and application software, and also digital system applications. Then also we look into data security, including storage. We look into backup, archive, hack, ethical use of information, DPA, etc. Then we will look into information system for competitive advantage, enterprise system, supply chain management. So looking into our initial phase, we have to look into what are the different type of information. As we mentioned, we have routine, exception, and summary. So let's look more what do we mean by routine? Where we're going to look into simply where is the type of information that is provided on a daily basis, which will contain tasks. This routine, we can classify them as tasks, as daily tasks that have to be conducted on a regular basis, and all this information has to now be reported in order for our organization to track how our performance are going. Also, we have exception, where by exception, we're going to refer to all the information that are outside of a normal ranges. So what we define by exceptions are all these tasks that do not fall into our routine category. So we have to now have a different approach when it comes to managing these information systems. Then we have summary information, whereby summary is the type of information that summarizes all our daily routine or weekly information reports into one single report. And this will be now presented into form of table or in visual graphs. Now we'll look into a little bit of introduction of our information system, where we will have MIS, whereby MIS, as managing information system, we are going to define a system based off a database for the purpose of providing information to people in our organization. So depending on which department you will work, every department have to have a system where they can communicate with each other. That's where it comes into place, MIS. So by having a well-structured MIS, all the entities in our organization can now work effectively because they'll be connected and interacting to each other in a structured way. Also, we mentioned that this will be a system based on a database. So as you can see, an information system in organization and organized combination of people, hardware, software, communication network, and data resources that collect, transfer, and disseminate information in our organization. So as we said, this has to have a well-structured system. So when it comes to managing, is really indistinct. The fact that it has to come from a regular information system which will now be used to analyze other information system applied within the operational activities. Also, the system regarded to be subset to overall internal controls. So there are procedures which our business has to follow, and this procedure will strongly rely on how our information system has been structured. Also here we can look into some of the benefits of MIS, where it can improve personal efficiency. It can expedite problems in the organization. It facilitates interpersonal communication. Also, it can promote learning or training, and it can increase organizational control. There are such more benefits, such as where we can generate new evidence when it comes to supporting strong decisions. Also, we can create a competitive advantage over our competitors. Also, we can encourage exploration and discovery on the part of our decision maker. So when it comes to types of MIS, we do have several of them, where we can look into some of them. For instance, we have transaction process system, where by definition, this system will process a large volume of routine, recurring transaction. So by doing so, this management will now allow us to make clear databases of clear transaction databases, which can now be handled and sent over to other departments within our organization. Also, we have decision support systems. 1 second, let's see if Sholem is trying to join. Um, 1 second.
forefront for your brand by customizing product.
Management Information System is an integrated system that helps the management with relevant information to run the business effectively and efficiently. The core aim is to make raw data into useful information that helps in managerial decision-making. That being said, the functions of an MIS are data capturing, data storage, data processing, data and information distribution, prediction or forecasting, planning and control. Data capturing is the process of gathering data from various sources. This includes the following: customer touchpoints like stores and e-commerce sites, mobile shopping, self-checkout, etc. Output of one or more systems like sales, finance, market analysis, operations, etc., and from digital and social media sites. All data thus collected is stored in database or in data files. This data is also stored in various storage media like hard drives, DVD, etc. Cloud-based applications store data on virtual servers. Converting raw data into meaningful information is what experts call as data processing. This is an important function of MIS, as information is the core necessity for achieving competitive advantage. Distribution of the right information to the right person at the right time is termed as information distribution. The information could be in the form of a report, image, message, file, form, video or audio. To facilitate comparison, information is presented in the form of charts or tables or graphs. With the help of modern arithmetic, statistics or simulation, MIS can predict business using historical data as a base. Reports are generated based on the enterprise's needs. These reports help management to plan in advance. This enables each functional department to work efficiently. MIS helps in monitoring and tracking operations against organizational plans. The deviation between operations and the organizational plan is analyzed for exercising control. As discussed above, MIS has different functions that enable the management to function effectively and efficiently.
Okay, I hope this video summarized.
Before we were using Monday.com, our team was drowning.
Summarize everything. Okay, so coming back to our presentation, we now understand how important is managing information system within the organization. So there are type of MIS, which they could be useful for transition processing system, operation information system, decision support system, expert system. So we also looked into what is the role. So by delivering the information to the right person at the right time is an effective way of handling all this information and processing them. So as we can see, MIS plays exactly the same role for the organization. So how we share information within team members is as much as important as the work that has to be done by each single individual in the organization. So also the system is expected to fulfill the information needs an individual or a group of individuals that the managers at the top of the management. So all the information depending on the hierarchy will now be will have the same weight as the other one, because everyone have to play their role within the organization in order for them to succeed as a team. So there are various characteristics of MIS, whether it's management oriented, management direct, integrated, common data flows, heavy planning element, and subsystem concepts. So all these characteristics who all together will now create an effective MIS. Also, now we're looking into the futures of how our MIS should look like. So it has to be timeless within the deadlines. So these reports have to be delivered within the deadlines. It has to have accuracy, consistency, completeness, and relevance. Aim of the management information system. So the aim for us is to inform management to help them make the information decision about management and the way the business should run. So we already looked into what are the targets and what we have to achieve by having an effective MIS. As we mentioned earlier, there are different aspects which will now create our entire MIS. So an organization must always have an infrastructure. In this infrastructure, we'll have where we're storing all our information. After the infrastructure, we'll have softwares, control, database application programs, people which will be taking over, will be handling, doing the programming, and telecommunication and networks. So there are various output of MIS, which will have scheduled reports, the key indicator reports, demand reports, exception reports. Also, when it comes to network, we also have to ensure that we have enough data security in order to avoid data breaches. Also important the storage, the capacity of data that our PCs can now process. And also we need the data backup in order when faulty accident might occur, and we have to ensure that all our data is being kept in a safe environment. Also, with data security will include data archiving, where we can store, where we can now store useful information for a certain length of time. Then we have hack, where it is, as we mentioned, it is unauthorized, and this occurs when external entities breaches our security system and start to steal the data. Also, we have information ethics, where it has been defined as the branch of ethics that focus on the relationship between creation, organization, and dissemination of the use of information. Also, we have enterprise system, where as an enterprise, which is an organization in a larger scale, application software and packages that will now support the business process, information flow, and reporting. Also, we have to look into supply chain management, where is simply the management of the flow of goods and service, which are involved in movement and storage of raw materials. Other MIS will now be CRM, which is customer relationship management, where we simply working with a software that will allow us as a backend to relate and deliver software, which will be now used by our customer in order for them to manage their own business. So this was everything for today. Is there any question for me?
No questions.
Okay, thank you very much for joining, Adrian, and I will see you in the next tutorial.
Cheers. See you.